So here we go, first week of the annual plan. And so we are going to continue what we have started. We have started in the last few videos, the annual plan. So we have built it, but now we need to go into the nitty gritty of each block. So let's get to it. So what we have done until now is mainly focus on building the foundation. Let's reduce me a little bit so you can see better. Here we go. So mainly we are at this week, the first week. So the year starts here, and the first thing that I did today, because my first block, two block actually, which is the pre-season, is about cutting and getting back to 10% body fat. But as you can see, I kind of let myself go a little bit during Christmas and end of year. So 10% body fat in about, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because 9 weeks before I'm going skiing on this week here. So basically 10% is about, I need to lose about 7 kilograms, which is about 15 pounds. Yes, about. So yeah, that's a lot, but that's not impossible. And actually, that's kind of my goal here. I want to. So today I started dieting because this is Monday. I'm not usually doing anything. This is my kind of my rest day. So today I didn't do that much on physical activity, but tomorrow we start getting a lot. So I want to be able to create a deficit of 1,000 calories per day, which equate to about 2 pounds or 1 kilogram of fat per week lost. And so on 9 weeks, technically, I should reach my goal and even go beyond. But given the fact that losing fat and so on is difficult, okay, I probably won't be able to overshoot it, but if I can reach it, at least, and that's the first year I'm trying it. So to be honest, I want to see if that's possible, even when I'm starting at 19%, if I can get back to 10%. So yeah, and the reason, there is multiple reasons why I went that high, is because last year I was focusing mainly on, let's say, bulking, but really gaining a lot of strength and trying to work on speed and so on. And I was really trying to work on speed in a way where I was trying to put everything in the right position to me to be able to perform as best as I can. Where this year I'm going to do quite the opposite. I want to train for speed while being at my worst. Because last year what I found is that when you are training at your best, this is great to increase your best speed. But on the golf course, you are not at your best speed, you are at your baseline speed. And so what I'm thinking is, if I can increase speed over this year by getting myself very tired and forcing my nervous system to be more and more efficient as I go throughout the year, then my baseline is going to get higher and higher over time. So that's kind of the idea. So here we have this first build phase, where we are going mainly to get back to fitness, cut a lot, and trying to maintain my muscle mass as much as possible. So that's kind of the goal I have here. 144 pounds, which equate to 170 kilogram, 10% body fat, and 60 kilogram of muscle mass, which is actually higher than what I am at currently. I'm not expecting to gain muscle, but what I would want is not lose muscle, because in the past I have done those kind of very hard cuts where I lost a ton of fat in a very short period of time. But the issue was I kind of lost a lot of muscle doing so. So that was kind of the thing that wasn't really good here. So let's go into the nitty-gritty of how I am actually going to do it. So here, this is our mesocycle. Mainly, I have the goal to be able to hit my 1,000 calorie deficit per day is mainly to take in about 2,000 to 2,500 at best, at worst, in worst case that, and expense about 3,000 and 3,500, which for me it's a lot. And also what you need to understand is the deeper you are getting into a cutting phase, the more your metabolism is going to drop, and so the more activity you need to do in order to compensate the fact that your metabolism is dropping. At the moment, to reach 3,000, that's not that much. Just a little jogging in the morning and 2 hours of practice range is almost enough to reach that 3,000. But as we move forward, there is going to be a lot of things that I will need to get done. So mainly my strategy, I have one. First, when I wake up in the morning, even though I'm not a morning person and I don't really like doing sports in the morning, so morning, I'm going to do jogging, and the idea is I'm going to start really basic because I don't need that I don't need at the moment, but I will need later. And what I want to do is just do very little, just get the habit of getting out for 5 to 10 minutes, just jogging lightly and come back home, getting my bread and that's it. Just do that, and progressively, as I'm getting used to those morning jogging, do a little more, a little more, a little more every day. And that way, I believe that's going to compensate the fact that my metabolism is going to drop slowly and slowly. And because I'm going to gain more and more endurance, I'm going to run more and more, which is going to kind of balance itself. Then on the afternoon, we have the gym work. So, gym work, there is 4 things that I'm going to do. I set out in my daily schedule about 2 hours for gym, which we have a warm up. So that's something I'm trying to really build, is doing things in a way that make me want to do them rather than forcing myself to do them. So the way I'm going to structure it is I'm going to have a warm up boxing. So I'm going to just box, shadow boxing, rope, and so on, just having fun, but learning boxing, because I actually I don't know, but I'm going to eat on bags and just get myself loose. And actually I realized that for girls it's not that bad of an idea, because you're getting a lot of activation in your legs, because you're punching, you're using a lot your obliques, and so there is a lot of things that actually just boxing around is just going to activate your whole body to get ready. And so that's probably I'm going to see over those 2 months how that evolve. But I really think that might be something I'm going to use in the future, just to warm up before a round. So that's something, because until now I wasn't warming up at all in the gym, and I've struggled for a very long time to figure out a good way to warm up. And I realized the best way to warm up is doing something that make me want to go to the gym. That's it. So then we have some strength work. So here we are going to divide, mainly that's going to be the main, the SBD, the squat, deadlift, and bench. But depending on the day, so because I'm going to train 6 days a week, depending on the day, we are going to have a light day and a light day and a heavy day. The heavy day are going to be the where I use elastic band for to put heavier load. That way it's better for the, how you say that, the strength curve, to build more strength, but still hitting the whole range of motion. That's the key, because what you don't want is just put more load on the bar and reduce your range of motion. That's not very good for your joint. But with elastic band, you can actually do both. You can put more load while still hitting the full range of motion. Then the reason I'm also going to do on the light, what I call the light day, because this is, I can put less on the bar. This is just without the elastic band. What happened is, for the squat and the bench, the maximum load is going to happen at the stretch, as the part where you're the muscle or the most stretch, which actually promote muscle growth. And given the fact that the goal, that's why then we have some eat, but just after I'm going to do some body building routine here, where I'm going to focus on one muscle group per day, but really eating them very hard to promote muscle growth as much as possible. The goal with this bodybuilding routine is just, it's not necessarily to build an aesthetic body. Just I'm calling it bodybuilding routine is because bodybuilding generally people are focusing more on muscle mass, on hypertrophy. I could call it hypertrophy, but for me it's going to be a bodybuilding because I want to finish the session on good note. And generally people that are doing bodybuilding kind of finish with a pump, having a good pump that makes them feel good about themselves. At least I believe that's why they get hooked into the gym and want to come back for more. And so I want to start with something that make me want to come to the gym, and then end with something that actually make me want to come back for more. That kind of the idea. Then we have here something that I like to call the 1,000 reps workout. This is an inside workout that I have set up a few years ago, but the results are absolutely astonishing, absolutely insane. So the idea is simple. You do 10 exercise, generally body weight exercise. You do them for 10 reps each, but that can vary because depending on the exercise, for instance, an handstand push-up versus a push-up, a handstand push-up is much more difficult. So the idea is 10 reps equivalent to a push-up effort. So if, for instance, you want to put a jumping jack into it, a jumping jack, 1 rep is a lot easier than a push-up. So you're going to do double of it, 20 reps. On the other hand, for instance, if you want to do a pull-up, which is much harder than a push-up, you are going to have to do only 5 reps. The idea is just to have a relative effort that is the same throughout the 10 exercises. And you do roughly, and for the baseline exercise being 10 reps. And then you do this for 10 rounds. But that's not finished. If that was only that. So that is equivalent to about 1,000 reps. So the reason I built this training, this was the first time where I tried to actually lose a lot of fat, was because I knew that at least by doing that, I was spending 1,000 calories a day by doing this workout every day. So I was sure I was eating that. But, and this is actually, initially I didn't want to do it. I just wanted to do my 1,000 reps. But by doing it every day, I was kind of getting not sick and tired of it, but I wanted to get it done fast. And so, and I did a new rule, which actually made just push this workout to the moon. You need to do it under 1 hour. You need to do your 1,000 reps under 1 hour. And what happened is you're building the consequence on your body are insane. When I do this, usually when my body is adapting to it, I usually am borderline throwing up, given how hard this workout is. So I really ease yourself into it. That's why this week when I'm going to do it, I'm not going to do 1,000 reps at once because my body is not prepared for it. I'm going to ease into it. Generally, the first session you do 100 reps. Next session you do 200 reps. Then 300. And for the first 6 days, the last 6 days, the last day of this week I'm going only to do 600 reps. And the goal is to get faster and faster and faster through it. And so the consequence of your body is you're turning all your muscle fibers that are type X into type 2X into type 2A, which are more endurance. So you're building a ton of endurance. and also because you are doing it in a very speed fashion, because I believe you to be able to do it under 1 hour, you have each round should take about 6 minutes or a little less, because I generally after 500 reps, what I remember is I take a 10-minute breaks, because just to let myself breathe a little bit. So that's basically you have to do it every 5 minutes around. So an around, what I find is about 3 minutes. So you have 2 minutes of rest, and you do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. Sorry, I forgot what was I going with that. But yeah, so the effect on your body. So then it is extremely cardio, because doing that amount of high intensity training for an entire hour, that puts your whole body into a massive amount of stress. Then so that you're also working on your VO2 max to really be able to take that to take energy faster. And you are working on your explosivity, because you are working 10 different exercises, and if you are putting it in the right order, you're actually allowing your muscle to rest. Because the idea is, for instance, if you do a squat, not necessarily doing lunges just after, maybe do push-up, then pull-ups, then lunges. That way you make sure that you let each muscle kind of recover a little bit before being it again inside the same round. And so what happens when you're doing it very intentionally and under 1 hour, you are building also a massive explosive just explosiveness in general. I know power, a massive amount of power, let's say, because you are training your neural system to fire faster. And there is also one last, because if that wasn't enough, there is also really one last thing might have forgot. Yeah, I mean that's already a lot. Oh yes, and your body-mind connection, because the issue that I found generally with lifting weight is you're working each of your muscle independently, but that's kind of the thing I kind of start losing, I feel, is the overall connection of my body, being able to move my body around efficiently, fast, and by doing squat and deadlift, bench, and working weights is cool. You're focusing on one muscle and so on. But when it comes to actually getting athleticism to the highest level, I believe that doing this is actually very well. Athleticism is your ability to just do everything you want with your mind, to make your body do everything your mind tells it to do. That's meaning that. And that when you are doing a very big variety of exercise like this, and you're pushing yourself very hard, that's a very good way to retrain your mind to very fastly, because you're hitting every muscle at every round, and you're doing it for 1,000 reps. Is this force your mind to just get very efficient with every muscle very fast? That's also some benefit. But anyway, that's an insane workout. If you want to try it, honestly, I don't advise it because that's insane. But if you do want to try it, really ease into it. So maybe, yeah, I have fun. Let's just put the workout, because I believe I have somewhere in my phone the workout actually. Where it is? 1,000 rep workout. Where it is? No, not here. Just give me 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Where it is? Workout. Yeah, yes, this is here. Because I haven't done it. I believe the last time I did it was maybe 2 years ago. And also that's something interesting. The endurance, everything that you're building, once you reach that point, and I believe my best time was 40 minutes to do the 1,000 reps. Once you reach that point, honestly you're set for the year. That's how insane because Then once you have built that level of fitness, just by golfing and doing other things and so on, you're kind of just maintaining it throughout the year. That's just how it's easy. So the workout goes like this: burpees, burpees for 10 reps. That's not really a burpees. Because you're not doing a push-up or a jump. You're just moving down, moving up, moving down, moving up. So that's kind of easy version of the burpees. If you're aiming to do an actual burpees, push-up and jump, I would advise just to do 5 here. Then we have push-ups. Push-ups. Yes, push up 10, same 10 reps. Let's just put all the exercise. We put the reps after. Squats, just bodyweight squats here. But I don't really use weights. All of that is just the body weight. Then I put bridges, but bridges is kind of annoying. So pull-ups. We have pull-ups then. Then we have lunges. Lunges jump. Yeah, also that's why I put a lot of plyometrics here, or at least a little bit power-based exercise. That way it's also eating the power motion a lot. Then we have leg raise. Depending on if you're doing hanging leg raise or just laying on the ground and leg raise, this is going to be either 5 or 10. Then we have handstand push-up, handstand push-up. Then rotational jumps. Basically, you are doing a squat, but once you are going up, you jump and you rotate 180 degrees, and then you do it again and again and again. Then I have put dumbbell plank row, so that's probably the only one where I use weight. Plank rows, dips, and lateral jump. Lateral jump. So you're basically jumping one side and to the other and to the other. You can even use weight if you want. So here we are eating legs, lower body. Let's just put lower body here, here. All of that is lower body. Just to illustrate my point, here you see upper body, lower body, upper core. Well, yes, that's the core here. Then we have the upper body again, lower body. So you see, the idea is you don't eat the same part of the body 2 times in a row. You switch up to let just your body let those muscles recover and focus on other muscles. So squat, I believe. But there are many 10 reps. This is only the pull-up. That is the pull-up and the handstand push-up that are 5 reps, I believe. Lunges is 10 each side because 10 each side. And then we have 10 leg raise. As I said, that depends if you're hanging or not. Then handstand push-up for 5 reps. Because this is a harder one. Then you have 10 reps of the rotational jump. 10, I believe that just 10, period. For 5 with each arm if you are going heavy enough. If you are using lighter weight, you can just go, you can go 10 each side, but the idea is to go quick. So dips, I believe that's same difficulty as pull-ups, in my opinion. And then lateral jump, which is about 10 total, which is about 5 either side. Side jump is a little bit difficult. So 10, and let's put each side. And so here that's normal because we are doing we are going to be a little under. Yes, we are 95. So after 10 rounds, you're 950 reps. Then you can do 50 reps of anything if you want to actually make the 1,000. But honestly, after making your 10 rounds, you're more than enough here. Oh, yeah, mine is still hurting. That's kind of the main point I'm worrying about. As I said in the last session, my knee that is hurting a little bit. It's got better today, but sometimes it just come back a little bit. So anyway, so that kind of the idea of the 1,000 reps. And then for the bodybuilding motion, I need to just lay out so we have what depending on the day what I'm going to do. So let's say we have Tuesday because I'm starting on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So yeah, but mainly, as you see, this first week is really about getting into the habit. Not really overly getting myself killed at doing too much too soon. I want, and especially because at the moment, because I'm at the beginning of the stage of losing fat, I, I don't need that much exercise to actually reach my goal of 3,000 calories per day burnt. But as we go and move forward, all of what I'm showing you, I will need at the end probably just to hit my goal of 3,000. Because in the past, when I tried to lose fat, at some point I reached an effect, a diminishing return in my losing fat where I started, and because I believe that I started getting lighter and lighter, and the same exercise that I was doing was burning less calories, and so that's why I wasn't losing that much weight at some point. But I believe if I steadily increase the volume and the intensity, I might be able to stick to it. So we have light. So the way I want to do it, we have on the strength, we have the light days and the strong days. So because what I want for the bodybuilding part is kind of balancing it with what I'm doing. For instance, if I'm doing squat, I would like to do more or something like an upper body. If I'm doing bench, I would like to do more something oriented lower body. And deadlift, more maybe the front, maybe the abs should be great on that day. So what did I? Because I recorded somewhere in my phone. I don't remember where I put it. Here we go. So we have compound. Yeah, initially I wanted to actually do power exercise on light days, but I believe since I need muscle growth, doing the light version of the bench, squat, and deadlift, or I mean light the without bands, might be better to promote muscle growth. So we have the knee, the chest, shoulder, back, arms, abs. So if I'm doing the heavy bench, let's say, heavy bench, heavy squat, and heavy deadlift. Okay, and then we have the light, but that's the question. What am I doing after the squat? I don't really have a choice here, given that's the light deadlift. Deadlift, I believe. Then that's the light squat, and then we have the light bench. Yeah, I don't really, if I put the heavy squat first and bench after, I don't really have a choice actually. So anyway, we have that. Now, so here I want like an upper body load. So let's put chest, then deadlift, light deadlift, upper body again. We can put shoulders, then bench. We can do the back, either the leg or the back. I believe the back. We can do the back here, since the leg I've been itching pretty hard. It's been 2 days. I could do legs here. Could do legs, and on the bench here the back. Since I've done an heavy lifting just before, so hitting the leg just after is going to be a little difficult. Then we have arms and abs. So light squat, heavy deadlift. I could do abs on heavy deadlifts and arms on light squat. Yes, let's do that. Arm and abs. So yes, and that's kind of my hypertrophy routine. So that's mainly what my week at the gym is going to look like. Actually, in between we have the 1,000 reps workout. Took 1,000, not 10,000 reps. Up, that's actually up here. Here we go. Tack. So just because probably you don't want to spend too much time, the idea of the mesocycle is just to build your week-to-week schedule for those mesocycle. And here I have put for the meso 1, but I believe that's going to just be a continuation for the meso 2. And so then what you want, okay, that's mainly about what my week is going to look like. But a mesocycle is here. You can here. The first mesocycle is 5 weeks. So the idea is to build volume and intensity for the week 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, and 5. So basically the first 4 weeks you are building up the intensity, the difficulty. Sorry, you are not, you don't see it, just right here. So your start smooth, build, max intensity. So but that point I should have reached probably my 1,000 reps and so on. Then you want to do quote unquote light week to just allow yourself to recover a little bit. So probably the 1,000 reps is going to be just 100 reps on that week. So this is a deload week. Probably the rest is going to go the same. Is on just the strength side. I'm probably going to just lower the weight and the number of reps just to reduce the fatigue a little bit. And probably go a little bit less hard on the chest and so on. So that kind of hit on the training side. So we have the light jogging in the morning, the gym on the afternoon, which is going to be about that. For the chest, I'm looking for about 6 or 7 sets total, but I'm going to do like for each muscle group between 2, 3, or 4 exercise depending on the day, just to vary and really get a pump. The idea is I want to get a nice pump and experience what a nice pump is, finding how to get a nice pump, and see if that's something that actually make me want to come back for more the next time. That's also kind of the thing. But the idea of hitting those muscles really hard to failure is to promote muscle growth, to avoid, as I'm losing fat, to avoid losing muscle. That's kind of the main idea here. And this is going to build my athleticism, because the 1,000 reps is good to lose fat, but this is also, the pre-season is also about getting back to fitness, getting ready to go after your season, your entire season. And so the way I've built it here, I'm going to get my athleticism back, my fitness back. I'm going to lose fat, try to maintain my muscle mass. And so by the point where I will reach the moment where I will go ski, the idea is to have then a stabilization period where you are going, okay, I've lost a lot of fat and so on. I don't want to regain that all at once. Also, my technique, I've probably made a lot of change, because we haven't talked about golf yet, but we are going to make a lot of change, start to adapt. So here I'm going to start stabilizing and so on. So yeah, that mainly is that. That's on the strength and conditioning part. Then on the golf part, yeah, that's pretty much speed endurance. What you want when it comes to speed is build, because we are going to build intensity throughout the year. But first, we need to build our endurance to be able to hit a lot of balls. The idea is we want to go somewhere around 200 balls per session. At the moment, each time you're seeing me, I'm hitting only 100. And so we are going to build progressively up to that. Then once we are comfortable hitting 200 balls per day, 6 days a week, then I'm going to slowly build up the intensity, because as I'm hitting more and more balls, fixing my technique, getting more comfortable with the technique and so on, then each session is going to be more about just getting faster and faster and faster. And so we are going to build more and more intensity. But the idea is I cannot do the intensity right now, because I'm going to spend so much energy, and I won't have that much energy because I'm losing fat anyway. But that's why this part is more about really building the motion and the stamina, the endurance of speed training. So then, when this part, the second cycle, come along, once I have stabilized everything and so on, then here I'm going to build up volume and intensity. I'm going to continue on this cycle to continue build even more intensity through a high volume. And then the very last part is going to be completely different, where here this is going to be more about intensities and volume. So I'm slowly going to start reducing the volume as I'm reaching the end of the year, and focusing on really generating the peak performance, the peak speed I can generate. Because speed is very sensitive to fatigue. So even though I'm getting extremely tired and speed training at the same time, and the reason is because I want to train my neural system to become more efficient with the motion. So that's not really a speed thing. This is more getting my neural system to understand how to be more efficient, to with the same amount of energy actually be able to produce more speed. But once I will reach kind of the maximum amount of efficiency I can possibly reach, then I need to drop down the fatigue to really just nail it and reach my goal of 130. Because and all until that point, all until September, that's just going to be insane amount of volume, trying to be more efficient. But after that point, that's going to be only about pure power and speed to reach that 130 goal. And I believe we will reach it. So anyway, I'm not. So for me, that was just about clarifying that here. For the golf, that's really straightforward. I don't see the need for me to do that. Probably on the first 4 weeks of the cycle, I'm going to build up to 200 reps. Then on the deload, probably do 100 or only 100 or maybe 150 balls per session, not more. And then this is the cycle 1, and then we have the second cycle here, which is pretty much the same. So we are going, and that's also 5 weeks. So we are probably going to repeat the same things that we have done on the first cycle into the second mesocycle. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope that's interesting. I know I went a little bit in every direction. Sorry if that was difficult to follow, but yeah, we have now a clear idea. I have my baseline the of where I am at currently in terms of body composition, and it's time to change all of that and start training. The only issue really that I say is in my left knee. I really hope tomorrow is going to be fine. As I said, this week is all about getting into the routine doing it, so I don't need to go that hard this week. But yeah, that's kind of the worry I have, because if my left knee doesn't, my right knee doesn't, sorry, not my right knee doesn't get better, and I still have those pain. Yeah, I may have. I don't want to think about it, but yes, I may have to take a 1 or 2 day off, more day off to recover. So anyway, thanks you for watching. I'll see you next time.